guys, welcome to True Crime with me. The setup looks a little bit different. I know we're testing it out to see how this goes, but I'm excited for this new series here on my channel, and I hope you guys are too. So our story today is the murder of Heaven LaShae Ross. This murder has a significance to me because it is literally, she was kidnapped right down the road from where I live. She lived in a city called Northport, and it's just a bridge that connects Tuscaloosa, the city I live in, to Northport. But our story takes place on the morning of August 19th, 2003. It was a really stormy morning. It was raining, just nasty weather. LaShae's family, well, she's known as Shae. Shae's family lived in the Willowbrook Mobile Home Park in Northport, Alabama. She was the daughter of Beth Thompson and the stepdaughter of Kevin Thompson. Like I said, the day was stormy, and we've all been there when we were younger. We would walk to the school bus, wait for the school bus, and then go to school. Well, this day, Shae's older sister, Alex, had left at like 6:50. Well, I don't know what Shae was doing, but she left the house at like 6:55. At 7:01, her stepdad says that he heard thunder and decided he would just take the girls to school that day. So he gets in his vehicle and drives up to the bus stop, which is literally 50 yards away from their trailer. And Shae is not there. She never made it to the bus stop. Now, literally, it's 50 yards from where they live. 50 yards. So where could Shae have gone? It's 50 yards, guys. 3 neighbors reported that they had seen Shae walking to the bus stop that morning. It was a young man who himself was walking to the bus stop. It was a neighbor that was sitting at her window doing computer work. And it was a woman who lived a few trailers down from them. So when Kevin got to the bus stop, they couldn't find her. I'm going to guess they probably looked around for her. And when they did not find her, they immediately contacted the police. The police came. They started the whole process. The one thing that is so weird, well, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of not weird, is no Amber Alert was issued. The police say that's because they really didn't know if she was missing. There was no vehicle. They didn't have any description of somebody that may have taken her. So that's why they didn't actually issue a Amber Alert that day. But they composed a team of people to search for her. So while this search was going on, it went on for days and days and days. So, you know, when you're in a really stressful situation, sometimes your patience wears really thin. People are going to bicker, they're going to, argue. Sometimes fights are going to break out. So it's said that Beth is the mother of Shae, said that Beth accused one of the leaders of the volunteer groups of stealing $500 in donations. An argument ensued, and the police actually had to intervene to stop the interaction that was going on. So while the rescue crews are actually looking for Shae, it was about a month in, and for some reason or somehow a fire had started in Shae's bedroom, and it had actually burned up a lot of her belongings. Some people thought that was really, really weird that happened, and the fire was actually ruled suspicious by the police. And so when the police ruled that suspicious, it actually cast a dark shadow on the parents themselves. So actually remember the search for Shae going on. They never actually found her though, and all the tips that had came in to the police station, actually they kind of were all dead ends. So despite the search efforts for Shae, her body was never found until 3 years and 3 months later. A guy was out walking his dog, and he says he was looking for cans, like aluminum cans to recycle, and somehow he stumbled upon remains under this crawl space in a house. Police were called out to the scene, and 3 years and 3 months after Shay disappeared, it was confirmed that it was Heaven LaShae Ross's body, or the remains of her body, in the crawl space of the house. It was only 8 miles from her home. Like I said, the clothing on the body matched. Backpack was also found with the skeletal remains of the body in the crawl space. So what happened to Shay? One theory is that her death is related to the deaths of Shannon Paulk and Teresa Dean. These are also young ladies that went missing. They weren't from I don't think they were from Alabama. I think one was from Mississippi or Tennessee. I didn't do the research on those young ladies actually, but I know they were close here in the South. Some things that were related to Teresa and Shannon's case that were also significant in LaShae's case, or Shay's case, was it all happened in August. They were similar in age. I think that they were all 11, actually. They all lived in trailer parks. But the FBI says that there's not enough evidence to actually link all the murders together. So, even though there are these weird coincidences, the FBI says that there's not enough evidence to actually link those together. Beth said early on that she believes that Shay had accepted a ride from someone that she knew. That's why she got in the vehicle with them. Because let's remember, it's a 50-yard walk to the bus stop. So, and it was 6:55 when Shay left the house. At 7:01 is when her stepdad got in his vehicle and started towards the bus stop. So it was 6 minutes. So you got to think, in 6 minutes, you really can't get out of walking distance. But if somebody pulls up and says, hey, do you want to ride? And you get in the vehicle, you can be gone real quick. Another theory that people have come up with, I don't know how they really came up with this theory. I don't know if it was because the fight over the donations, or they lived in a trailer park. Those can all be contributing factors on why somebody would start rumors. And anytime that something happens, especially like a family situation, family is the first ones that they interviewed. Those are your first suspects. But as you remember, the neighbors actually saw Shay walking to the school bus, so that really doesn't make any sense at all. And another thing, both parents, both Kevin and Beth, we got to remember, they passed lie detector tests. So they were obviously really good liars, or they're telling the truth. We may never know what happened to Heaven LaShae Ross. But if you have any details, please call the Northport Police Department. Thank you guys again for tuning into my channel. I know this video was pretty short, but this is like only my second true crime video. This is a crime that really hit home because it is the next town over. So it was one that I really wanted to put a spotlight on. And also because Heaven LaShae was only 11 years old. She was an innocent little girl. And it's so sad when these things happen to kids. Somebody out there knows what happened to her. I just hope that they've told somebody, or they'll eventually come forward and confess to the crime. Thank you guys again for tuning into my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.